Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a slightly smaller, sneakier edition of Dungeons, Dragons, and Doggos. This is the Monday night edition. Um,
Yeah.
we are running a character arc tonight, and we're doing this entirely to see what happened to Dami when he was zapped away with a planar step by a couple of slards.
Never reach around a slide. That's like my main point that I've found out from this thing so far.
It's it's great. It's great to be able to run this because we don't often get to run one-on-one D&D sessions, and they're usually a little bit different to the party sessions because you can get a little bit more deep into the RP. You can get a little bit more deep into the story and the way that the characters actually tick that you don't get to see in the normal scenes. But for now, we're gonna dig straight into this. And I hope you guys enjoy it. You are going to see this at a later date. It won't be live probably because look, we are trying to keep it a little bit elusive, but it will happen at some point on the stream that you will see us. So when you do, enjoy.
And I'm gonna say sorry now, just in advance. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw it out there. I probably won't be there tomorrow night. I'm just gonna throw it out there so everyone knows.
So, Dami,
Oh, yeah.
you come to your senses after traveling for what seemed to be months in your mind. You remember getting touched by the slide, fading to black, and it just feels like ages has gone by. And you wake up, and you are out in a lovely looking forest situation. Now, this forest doesn't look very earthly. It doesn't remind you at all of the jungles of Cholt. Doesn't remind you of anything at all that you've encountered before. All of the plants have a different hue about them. They're not quite brown. They're a little bit more purple. There's various bits of foliage around you. These plants that they take on a lovely appearance, a lovely natural appearance, but there's something not quite natural about them in your own mind. Yeah, you having come from a different plane to start with, understand that there are different realities in different planes of existence. So to you, this might not seem as unnatural as other people. But
As I kind of like, sorry, as I kind of like
mhm,
awaken and have a look around, I kind of just whip out my book,
mhm.
my like wizardry book, and I just kind of flip through pages and I just look through and I'm just like, I have never been here before. Oh no, where am I?
And as you say that, you notice standing just a few feet from you, tall, just a bit taller than you, not hugely tall, but taller than any wood elf you've ever seen. Almost twice as tall, to be honest. He's pretty large. You happen to see a what appears to be a druid standing there, overlooking you. His robes, they look fairly normal. They're a little tattered, but he looks as if he is at one with his own sense of being in this place. This is you realize that you've essentially woken up in what seems to be his domain.
So no, is this Woody?
It's not Woody.
I will show you how to show things so no one knows.
it was almost Woody. uh,
Sorry,
but
sorry, sorry.
he starts sort of walking over towards you, and he looks upon
Hello?
you, and he looks upon you, and starts to just examine you before it takes about 30 seconds of just looking deeply at you before he begins to start uttering some words towards you.
As I notice him kind of like
Hmm.
looking me up and down, I kind of like luckily strike some poses,
Hmm.
like kind of like the whole measuring, and I'm just like,
Hmm.
just kind of going along because being of experience with the ethereal planes is that if you piss off the owner, it's never gonna be well for you.
It's true. And he just looks at you and he begins. He's like, "Hello. Dami, is it?
Yes. Who might you be?
I am a Bananzu.
I've not heard of you.
I
Where am I?
know. Uh, you are you are within the forest, my friend.
Sorry, I'm more referring about what plane of existence I'm in. I
Ah,
haven't been here before.
this is a
Very
plane that
colourful.
this is a plane that is undocumented in any of the lore previously written about by scholars across many fields. We like to stay relatively secret. Not many make it here, and those that do tend to decide not to return.
Why was I brought here? I was in the middle of a fight, and then it's felt like at least I don't know 5 or 6 months since I've last fought, and I don't remember anything apart from the darkness of a spell disappearing, and here I am.
You have not been gone for that long. It is unfortunate we haven't really perfected the way to bring you here faster. That long transit is something I still haven't got used to myself. But in terms of realistic timelines, you haven't been gone for more than a few minutes, so don't worry about that.
That's
It's
positive.
yes, the way that we get you here is through a variety of different interplanetary sort of pipelines that not many others have the ability to control. So of course we just wanted to make sure you would get here safe, so that's why it took a little longer. It's our safety is your number one priority. You have been selected as probably one of the most outstanding up and coming strange looking wizards on earth that we could bring to our plane. The reason
Well,
the reason we have selected you is because there was always something odd about you. You didn't seem to you know, fit in with the others down there. You liked to play along with them, but there was just something a little different about your personality and the way that you conducted yourself, and it caught our attention. So we've brought you here to essentially offer you some kind of opportunities, you might say.
I'm always keen for an opportunity.
That's great. Great that you say that. So, what I would first like to say is that this plane is it is a plane where everything that you ever wanted in your wildest dreams essentially comes true. It's not there's nothing here that you could ever not want anywhere else. Like you can get everything here at the snap of your fingers. That it can get kind of boring. Nothing's very hard here. But on the flip side of that, there are things that are possible in this plane that are not possible in others. And sometimes we like to we like to speak about them with those that produce that sort of provide a bit of a necromancy style kick that you seem to have. Um,
Well, it is the land of opportunity, and things do come easy from time to time.
yes. Now we know that you have been spending time with a you could say raggedy party that isn't really getting
It's
too
that,
far. Now,
yeah, our goal was to go down, but there was so insistent of going up, and I haven't spent a lot on Earth for quite a while, but if you're trying to find something, you normally go down. But they
it,
are what they are.
true, true. There's many things in that tomb. We've studied it from afar for quite some time. A Serarak is just a mild inconvenience compared to things that we've been able to deal with in our own lives. Uh, but to you, in your current state and form, he would be quite an opponent. So what what we are thinking is that we can give you a couple of options. And see now, One of them is will take you on a little bit of a quest through these lands. These lands will it may take you a couple of weeks to find everything that you need, but there are a couple of key ingredients that you're going to need in order to you could say bring back a particular character from the past that we've seen before that you would need to be able to find the ingredients in this plane, and that's one thing that we can't do instantly here, unfortunately, is find those things for you. Now, the second option, before you get too excited,
See my face when you said that.
yes. The second option, before you get too excited, is that you can stay here and you can work with us, but you can send and control a character, a new character almost of your choosing, that could be used in whatever way you see fit, evil, good, whatever you like. But we kind of like what you're doing down there, and there's just a couple of things that we're offering. Like these are the two major choices we're offering for you here, but there is one extra alternative that one of my colleagues would like to offer you.
Sorry, who is your colleague?
Well, you see the big tree stump next to us?
Yeah.
Well, up on top of the tree stump, uh, in a moment, you will notice there's a large tent. In that tent is one of my comrades. He's not quite one with nature, so he likes to spend his time living the high life up in his little tree tent city. But him up there, he's got some other ideas. His name is Adoronin, and he's a wizard just like yourself. And he has a different take on reality. He didn't agree with me offering you these sort of options, but realistically, we have enough power to offer you one of the options that either I've suggested or one that he may suggest. But it might be worth going up to have a chat with him first, unless of course you are really interested in taking up the opportunity that I have suggested to begin with.
Pardon the interruption, but why did he feel like that I wasn't worthy of these?
He does feel that you're worthy. That's not the problem. The problem is he feels that you are better suited to deal with your current party in your current form, because he feels that you're quite powerful and that any other choice you may make might be a detriment. But he may be wrong. He's quite wise, but I believe in the feeling. I get everything from my soul. He gets everything from his books.
If I go into the tent, I still have the option for one of yours ones, correct? I'm not
Oh,
locked into walking into a tent and the game's over.
No.
I've been tricked like that before, and it's not fun.
I assure you, I do not want to dissuade you at all. This is all completely above board. I will still be standing here if you decide to enter and then return.
I'm going to thank you so much for your time. I'm going to head up to the tree, to the tent. And as I'm going to do it, I'm kind of contemplating the first two questions. And I kind of as I'm walking, he can kind of hear like a small chuckle, because in my head, I just said to myself, why would I want to stay here and be so fucking easy to do things? This is a waste of my time. And just the whole when you're like, ain't doing that. So
that makes sense.
Head into the tent. Yeah, I head into the tent and be like, hello there.
All right.
General Kenobi.
So as you head up to the tent, and you reach the sort of doorway, it's wide open. On the looking in through the doorway, you notice that it's not dark in there at all. It's well lit. The tent looks like it goes on for almost the size of a city in itself. Like this guy has got like a city inside a tent. The tent itself is literally just a disguise.
And Hunt times fucking 20.
You notice just as those doors are open though, you notice that right at the front there's a little brown signpost. The little brown signpost has a little sign on it that says "Gone for lunch. I'll be back in 15."
And wait, what language is this in?
It's in
Common?
Infernal.
Okay, cool. Imagine if it was like something like in a language I didn't understand. I'm just like, Goda Lord. As I kind of read the note, I kind of just do like a deep sigh and I think to myself, there's no time here. Why would you go on lunch? And like, and like as I said, I kind of look at the city. I'm like, I'm in a different existence of reality. That makes more sense. So I'm gonna sit down in front of the sun, just open up my book, and just start like reading some of the pages that I got from the journal. So like from the journal from the guy from last week. I can't remember the guy's name. And just kind of like skim through some stuff while just waiting for 15 minutes of hopefully potential opportunities.
So as you sit there sort of waiting and a bit of time goes by, you hear a bit of a commotion out the front.
Outside the tent? Or...
Outside the tent. You happen to see your druid friend down there. He seems to be arguing with the robed individual. Ronan, I told you he's perfect for this. And you see the wizard turn around and say, "You know, Aberanzu, that he cannot continue to do this. He is a wonderful living being. We cannot exploit him like this." And then the druid once again is like, "But please, like, just listen to me. He's going to be wonderful. We can see he's going to be a wonderful protege." "Look, I know he will be a wonderful protege. That is not what I'm arguing against. I'm arguing against that we're playing with the souls of people that we shouldn't be. We are on the planes of gods, but we're not supposed to be acting like them." And then a few sort of moments go by, and they start to realize that they're actually speaking a little bit too loudly, and that you're probably overhearing them anyway.
So as the conversation started, I kind of like walk outside, and then I kind of just put my hand out, and I just imagine an apple, like a golden apple that's like the tastiest and sweetest apple known to ever mankind. And I sit on the branch and I just go, "What you talking about?"
And Abadazu sort of the druid turns to you. Can't even click on him. He's invincible. Hang on. There we go. There we go. It's better. He turns to you, and he's like, "Well, you mentioned that you wanted to meet with Adaronan. Adaronan is right next to me. You may have heard some things he was saying. I'd like to just introduce you formally. Adaronan, this is Dami, the individual that we had the Slards bring to us."
Pleasure. And as I go to tip my hat, a hat appears, and I'm just like, and then it just disappears. I'm like, "Hey, I'm getting pretty like sick with this like opportunity and like random shit appearing. It's pretty cool."
The wizard Adaronan starts looking at you, just like, "Well done. I see you are starting to understand this plane of reality and existence. Well, Dami, I'm guessing by this stage you've been pitched the ideas that Abananzu has come up with. I don't know if I necessarily, follow what he's trying to do there, but look, I'm willing to discuss some other things with you that take a little bit sort of more time, a little bit more difficult to pull off. But I think that they'll help you a lot more in the long run."
Well, pitch away. As that happens, like as I say pitch, a seat appears, and I just sit on the seat going, "Go on."
"Well, we have an opening coming up soon in this plane for a third council member for when other characters happen to go disappearing. They may end up here, and we may have to give them some options. This is one option for you, is that you can become a council member with us. You can stay on up here and help to guide your party from the beyond. You will, be, of course, be powerful enough almost to be able to give uh, as many sort of gifts as we can already, like we've been offering you. But this is only because I see your potential and your personality. It, you could say, precedes you. It's something that we're looking for up here.
Thank you, thank you,
It's a
thank you.
little bit different. We're as you can see, we're just two old men arguing with each other, and it's kind of getting a little bit out of hand. Um, the other option that I'm considering is, what if you stay alive in your body of Dami? From here, we take you to a newly built scrying room. Our scrying room is entirely used for you to control through your own eyes the body of a revived fallen comrade. Now, the difference between that and
First option.
Abananzu's option is that you would be sacrificing your current life and soul to become that being. This option is that body is essentially zombified, but you are inheriting it as its personality, and but we can bring it back from the bones, from the flesh. We can bring it back to life. This can be anything we can think of, really, realistically, that's been a humanoid character in the past. But you would still be alive here. But the moment you decide to stop scrying, that character will fall dead in reality.
And then what would happen to me after I stop? What is my existence after that? Do I just
You'll get
start arguing with you two, or do I have any more purpose in life?
well. At that point, we would have to send you to the plane of cleansing. It's mainly just to cleanse your mind, to forget that this happened altogether. This is a plane of of utmost secrecy, and if you're not going to be staying with us, and if you're not going to continue on, it's just one of those things that we kind of have to wipe from your memory eventually.
But then what will happen to me after the cleansing? Would I just be a mindless husk, reliving my life like countless times, or am I welcome back, or do I just
Realistically, realistically, we'll probably just drop you in a major city and put you there as an orphan, and you'll begin your life again.
wow, you
It's
had me at the start, and then you lost me at the end.
there are some downsides to everything.
Yeah. What are the two downsides of the first two options, just so I can weigh it up?
Well, the first option that Abananzu gave you about bringing a character back from the dead, that would involve sacrificing a soul to do so. That
Correct.
could be your current soul, and it probably would be your current soul. So that's that option.
What
Now,
if I don't replace? What happens if I find another soul and use
the
that soul?
the soul would have to be of quite significance. It couldn't just be a random something you find on the street. This would have to be someone that has adventured with the party. It would have to be someone that has put in the time to solve the clues. It would have to be someone that is willing and able.
The party did speak of a man named Thorn, and I know that Tim has a crystal of his, and they previously spoke how protective he was of that crystal.
Yes,
Possibility maybe it might have been enchanted.
I would say there's a high possibility. I have witnessed a little bit of this Thorn character from afar. We kind of watch you guys like a bit of a sitcom on our Tuesday nights.
Oh, you must have a grand old time.
It's fantastic, actually. There's only a few other viewers, but one of one of them's called Magma Rabbit. We kind of like him.
So, since you said that you both internal gods have the ability to interact with the world, if you could possibly bring me that stone from Tim, I could use that power with the power that I have to transfer that soul into a new body, thus keeping me alive, allowing another one to return, and then we can weigh up our options after that. Sounds like a good deal to me.
So in terms of bringing physical crystals from another world here, it's not something we've done. We've only done souls. As you notice right now, your body, if you look down a little bit closer, it's a little bit luminescent, right? It's not. It's a little bit see-through, right? It's
I know. It's Back to the Future.
So it's
My
not.
dad's gonna fuck.
So if you notice, if you touch your skin, it kind of doesn't feel like skin. You're not quite here. Your soul is, your appearance is, but your physical reality is still lost in Omu.
How about an alternative to option one?
Mm.
How about we grab the stone from the fallen party member, and thus we have a body to prepare, and then I sacrifice, say, a half of my soul. We combine the two together, thus satisfaction of a soul, and I can stay up here with you.
But we kind of only would want to offer you a partnership in our council if you're a full soul. We don't like assholes.
That's a good one. I like that one. That's a good one. And I kind of like, as I do that, I just click my hands and like laughing like sound effects happen. I'm like, that's good. I like that one. That's a pretty good one. I'm gonna write that one down.
If possible, we'd prefer the full ability. And look, here's the extra thing: if you were to decide to stay up here, we'd bring your full existence here. Your skin, your bones, everything would exist here, not just your current form. We understand. We understand this is tough, and look, there are other ways, and right now we are considering other options. If you are not the man for the job to stay up here or to do any of these things,
Wait. Come at me with your opportunities. Don't come at me with my attention to detail. I just want to know everything, every option I have. Do not question my commitments. I have made so many cults that I can't count anymore. I am the original cult maker. That's this guy. All right. I'd like to know my options, so I don't get sacrificed like I did 200 years ago. Okay.
Well, if you would like, we can give you some time to think about it, just to sort of sleep on it. But we will need to know an answer by the time we next speak.
Talking about a character now.
That's fine.
I don't know what to do.
All of those choices have subsequent consequences that come with them as well.
I know.
And there are other things that happen as a snowball effect from these choices.
That's why I've been asking all the questions. Like, part of me wants to be like the dickhead genie moment where it's just like, I want you to tell me all the truth and like use the spell of the place to do that. But being gods, it's just like, Mom, it's real. Fucking idiot. I'm so glad we're doing this separate because like I'll be like, everyone else on their phone, so I'll be like, fucking big life choice, man. Oh fuck! This literally is Thorn like coming back from the past.
It could be.
Right now.
It could be.
You know what the shit thing is? Edit this out. But I'm thinking what the party would say, and I don't like that thought because I know whatever I'm gonna do, they're gonna yell at me and try and kill me.
How do you know that they're ever going to know? we're still talking out of game here. I mean, they'll know the choice has happened eventually when they watch this episode, but they realistically, their characters don't know where you've come from. If you've come back as anyone else, you don't even have to come back as Thorn. It could be anyone. Could be anyone.
I've been so entrenched with the fucking party making my decisions and making me get yelled at that I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
This is the ultimate test for your character. They give you so much freedom that you're like, ah, fuck.
I'm like, man, I can do anything I want. I could literally stay here and fuck them over for the rest of the campaign and just DM slide you every 2 minutes going, release the bees. Fuck, I'm sorry I'm taking so long. This is just...
That's fine. You don't have to make the choice right now. We can come back after a long rest.
yeah, a long. Because like option one,
mm-hmm.
I was running through the options outside of character.
Mm-hmm.
So options ones, I practically give up my soul and my body to bring back a character that I can choose of.
Mm-hmm.
Option two is that I stay here correct and become a scribe. So I'm here forever. So I become a council member. So I'm that. So.
Which also gives you opportunities to bring other people here and other things here.
Yeah. And then the first option for the other dude was practically the same, but I become a scribe. And once the body is gone, I then get cleansed and get orphaned. But the problem of that is that he said that the body comes back as a zombie. Now, being held out of necromancy...
It's like zombified. It doesn't have to be a zombie. It can be a real body just with you as its driver.
So like if let's say for example about Thorn, it's full Thorn, not like undead zombie Thorn.
Holy
damage does like 10 to 12.
So the two differences are one of them is a full Thorn that's just going to be Thorn as Thorn, and the other one is full normal Thorn, but his brain is fully controlled as Dami, not as Thorn. So you're his fucking driver, he's not thinking for himself.
The last option was that was the we went over the fourth one, didn't we?
Yeah. They're basically all the same after that. Yeah.
Oh fuck! You know what this makes me feel like? This reminds me of the Labyrinth, where it's the fucking two heads, and it's like I tell a lie, I don't tell a lie. Figure out which one's which. And it's like which one of you lie? He does. I do. Like,
he's so stuck.
And bring back Thorn, but they'll kill Thorn within 2 episodes.
They might not.
Because Pax still hates me. Dude, fuck you, man.
And that's where we're going to end tonight, and we'll see how it comes back with Thorn next session when Dami decides what he would like to do with his choices. Thank you for tuning in for the very short session tonight, guys, and you'll catch us on YouTube, but hope you enjoy the choices, and let us know in the comments what you'd be choosing.